here let us go for discussing about what is a manufacturing cell. Okay, a manufacturing cell consists of two or three processing workstations, typically CNC machining or turning centers, plus a part handling system. Okay, so mainly what is a manufacturing cell and a manufacturing unit, or we call it as a manufacturing unit or a workstation. Okay, where number of machines will be working at a time on a work part. That is what mainly we call it as a manufacturing cell. So where typically different processes, I mean in various chapters we have studied how that is in minimum rational work content and all, how we divide the processes. So one or the other processes we do it parallelly, or one after the other, like this. So how all we can combine that those processes in a single workstation, okay, or manufacturing cell, that is what we call. So where three more, two, three, four, anything, okay, any number of processings can be processed on the work part at a time, on the at a time. Okay, that is what we call it as a manufacturing cell. Okay. So next comes the group technology. Okay, what is group technology? How it is related to flexible manufacturing system? Mainly what we know already, we know what is flexible manufacturing systems. So how best we can adapt to the changes, okay, in the demand of the market, or in the present requirement. Now how can we do this one? How all we can adopt easily to the changes in the demand of the market, or changes demand of the for the varieties in the market. What technologies we can go for using for implementing FMS? So among those, we have one is group technology, that is GT. So here we name a term as part families. Parts can be grouped into part families. Similar manufacturing process requirements, that is manufacturing attributes, but with different design attributes. You can observe the words similar, okay, but different design attributes. The parts will be similar, they will be similar. For example, turned, drilled, milled, these operations which are similar, okay, or the parts cylindrical, hole, thread, chamfer, tolerance, dimension. So these are similar works which can be done. So those can be grouped those processes can be grouped, and we can call it as a one part family. Okay, so that is what we call it as a one part family, a similar type of processes. So those things will be grouped, and it will be made as one group. That is what we call it as a group technology. Such that even we go for manufacturing a unit for different sizes. For example, if I go for size, the same shape will be there, but different size I need. That is what we call it as a same part family. Such things we can easy to adopt. Only change in size, to the shape remains same. To adapt that one, we can easily go for adopting to the larger size or smaller size, depend upon the requirement, and then go for manufacturing. That is what we call it as a flexibility. Okay, flexibility of production unit, flexibility of the workstation. Okay, so that is among that is what we call it. And if we have similar products, then we can it is very easy to shift from one part to one part family to one of the part of the family to another part. But if it is totally different, then it will be very difficult for us to take the changeovers. So what we do is we will making the what all the demand, according to the demand, which are similar, having similar part families, those will be grouped at one time. And similarly, which have different properties, are similar to each other, those will be grouped as another group. So like this, number of groups will be made, which we call it as group technology. So next, advantages of group technology. Group technology also allows similar design to be easily modified from the existing designs from the database, instead of starting from scratch. That is what, okay, I told, when we have a similar part family, which is with a slight change, we can manufacture a new product. So at that time, we take the same designs of similar parts, modify it, save it as a new part style for the required present what we are going to manufacture, and again it will be referred as a reference further. Okay, so instead of starting from scratch for that part. Okay, this is what how the flexibility will be there to manufacture. Then standard process plans can be developed for the groups. Okay, a greater effort can be applied in reducing process plans. So when we have a similar products and we have standardized it as a group and we have kept it, we can plan for that one a standard process plan and keep it like that. So how anywhere whenever it is required, we just implement that process plan and we can have a faster production compared to non-planning things. Material handling and movement is reduced. Okay, then improved ability to respond to market changes. That is what, okay, we can suddenly react to the market changes depend upon the demand of the product in the market. The use of group technology also allows faster production, then reducing inventory and work in process. So use of group technology, okay, also allows faster production, reduces inventory and work in process. So we can, there is no need of storing a large amount of inventory here in the company, which can reduce the investment cost of the industry. Setup times are reduced, resulting in reduced manufacturing lead time. So very minute changeovers will be there in the production line for similar as they will be similar parts. So we can reduce the manufacturing lead time. So these are few of the advantages of the group technology. Okay, next comes the flexible manufacturing system, the actual what we call for studying. Flexible manufacturing is a highly adopted group technology machine cell consisting a group or processing workstations, usually CNC machine tools, interconnected by an automated material handling and storage system and controlled by a distributed computer system. So here we have a CNC machine tool which is computerized and a fully automated one with material handling and storage system, automatic material handling storage system. Okay, so that is what we call it as a flexible manufacturing system. It is fully automated for material handling and storage system. It can easily pick up, for example, if I need different tool, it can easily itself can pick up the tool and operate it and go back and store it in the same place, again take the another tool and pick up it and work on that one. So it is totally automated one. Okay, and controlled by distributed computer system. With a single, I mean, master computer, the machines can be controlled. So such a system we call it as flexible manufacturing system. The reason FMS is called flexible is that it is capable of processing a variety of different part styles simultaneously at the various workstations, and the mix of part styles and quantities of production can be adjusted in response to the changing in demand patterns. We can work parallelly here, the products and the production system easily can adapt to the changes in the market with respect to demand, I mean quantity, and with respect to the design. Okay, the FMS is most suited for mid volume production range. Always it is not too much for high volume production rate also, and it is not too much for low volume production rate also. Okay, it is at the mid. When we plot a graph of product variety versus production quantity, it is at the mid. You can see here it is at the mid, that is what, at the medium stretch we can save it. Okay, next comes here we have a graph you can observe. So volume versus variety. Okay, here we have transfer lines. Okay, where they place, I mean, dedicated systems, mainly dedicated systems have high volume. Okay, you can see high volume is there. Okay, high volume is there, part variety is very less. Okay, part variety is very less here. So next you can see job shops where part variety is very high, I mean part variety is very high, but production is very low. Okay, production is very low this side. So that is what you can observe. Job shops are customized. Okay, I mean, for example, ship buildings and all. So these are customized products where mainly we concentrate on a single product, and it is very highly flexible. Depend upon the customer need only they will manufacture. So in between these two we have automated cells and flexible systems, where they are in the mid, where there will be variety also, and there will be considerably larger number of products to be manufactured compared to job shops. Okay, that is what we have when we compare volume versus variety. Okay, where the flexible manufacturing system fits. Okay, that is what we have here. So another way what we see, flexibility is an attribute that allows a mixed model manufacturing system to cope up with a certain level of variations in part or product style without having any interruption in production due to changeovers between models. That is what at the first we told, we can reduce the manufacturing lead time using flexible manufacturing system, such that where we use a group technology where the parts are grouped as a similar one, okay, because the changeover for the another product will be very less, okay. Very less means within no time it can get the changeover to the another product. So that is what the flexibility, okay. You can see here basic flexibility, system flexibility, aggregate flexibility. So these are the few feedbacks for the flexibility. That is nothing but what we concentrate in the flexible manufacturing systems, okay. That's it what we have for today. So remaining things we discuss in the coming sessions. Thank you.